Bro, I'm so f***ing happy right now. We just got a lot of information regarding the infamous Sonic Mania sequel that got canceled in favor of Sonic Superstars. And the funny thing is that this stuff didn't come from some data leak or data mining. It actually came from Christian Whitehead, one of the guys behind Sonic Mania's development, all to celebrate Sonic Mania's 8th anniversary. Bro, I'm sorry, wait, 8 years? Damn, alright, moving on. But yeah, if you didn't know, there was a successor for Sonic Mania pitched by Christian Whitehead. Takashi Iizuka stated in an interview a few years back that, quote, there was a period after the development of Sonic Mania when we worked with them to consider concepts for the next generation of classic Sonic. It's too bad that it didn't become a finished game. Still, I'm pleased that the next generation of classic Sonic that we talked about with them has been achieved with Superstars. And then Whitehead says, when we started Evening Star, it was always our goal to move beyond 2D pixel art into 3D games, and develop all new original IP. Evening Star did work with Sega to explore possible directions classic Sonic could go after the success of Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania 2 was never in development though, because we actually agreed early on that we should try to make something fresh, like a hand-drawn 2D or 2.5D. At the same time, Evening Star was developing our new Star engine, so we also ended up making a cool Sonic prototype that played with depth in 2.5D, and some other gameplay ideas. As Iizuka-san said though, Evening Star did not continue to full production on the game, at which point Arzest took the helm and made Superstars alongside Sonic Team. So it seemed that Sonic Mania 2 never happened, but it was a mutual agreement. Iizuka wanted to move past pixel art, and Whitehead and his studio Evening Star wanted to work on their own things. One of those things being Penny's Big Breakaway, which is a fantastic game by the way. But there was still that prototype that lingered on my mind for a while, because while the actual game never started development, there was something there, a proof of concept. And now we know what that concept looked like. Whitehead dropped 2 screenshots of the 2.5D concept on Blue Sky, and this looks crazy. It's 2.5D, but it has an art style that doesn't really match Superstars. In fact, it does look a lot like Penny's Big Breakaway in terms of art direction, and that's obviously no coincidence. The Outback themed environment Sonic is running in looks a lot like Mirage Saloon from Sonic Mania, so if I had to guess, this prototype is likely taking some inspiration from that level, at least in terms of color palette. Sonic looks great here too. I think the 3D look mixed with that more 2D focused art style, I don't fucking know what I'm talking about, I'm not an artist, but it looks good, okay, it looks good. And we also have this kangaroo enemy that actually made its debut in Sonic Superstars' Pinball Carnival Zone, so it's really neat seeing that it had an origin before that game even started development. But yeah, that's really all there is to talk about with these images. While it's not much, I'm very grateful that we have something to go off of when talking about this canceled Sonic game. And who knows, maybe we'll see more from this prototype in the future. Wait, hold on. What do you mean Tee Lopes dropped an unused track for the zone? I am shocked. Not because the song is good, you know, it's Tee Lopes, of course it's going to be good. But this one song ended up sounding better than 80% of the Sonic Superstars soundtrack. Hey, I'm just saying, they fumbled the bag not using this in Superstars. I don't know how much more music Tee Lopes made for this game, if there even is any more, but this alone is crazy. So with us now having more information on Mania 2's cancellation, what does this mean for Superstars, and more importantly, the future of 2D Sonic? Seriously, because Superstars is very clearly meant to be that successor to Sonic Mania, even if it's different from that proof of concept. For me, I like Superstars. I never thought it was a bad game, but I am kind of bummed that we never got another Sonic game made by Evening Star. I'm super stoked that they were able to make a fully original game with their own IP, and I can't wait to see what they do in the future, but when it comes to Sonic, while I love Mania, it was an anniversary game. It took a lot of cues and levels from previous Sonic games. I really do wonder what a fully original classic Sonic game would look like developed by Evening Star. And I'm not saying that's not going to ever happen, but I think it's safe to assume that it most likely won't anytime soon. And personally, that kinda sucks. So with whatever Sega decides to do with 2D Sonic in the future, I'm gonna be there day one, you already know that. But I also think they should maybe try out some ideas that they might have had for Mania 2 before the idea was scrapped. But that's going to wrap it up for this short news video. I apologize if this seemed a little rushed because I am literally writing this right after we saw the information drop. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.